evening.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Okay.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
So, first I would like to say thanks to you. I saw your video first time yesterday. I have just pinged you and you have responded pretty well. I mean, it was so fast. So
I make
really,
sure that I respond to each and every one. Almost in a day, I receive almost 150 to 200 mails. And whenever I'm not doing something, it may be when I'm having food, or it may be when I'm drinking water, or it may be I'm not doing something, I will just keep on replying to everyone, because I just make sure that there should not be a single person who does not get a reply from me. So I just make sure that each and every person is getting reply from me.
how do you manage? To manage all these kind, this is like extra work for you, right?
Obviously, but I mean, I like when someone gets placed and they say someone gets a job and they say that I got a job because of my knowledge. So I feel good for that.
It's really, great effort. It's like you are thinking in a quite different way, right? You are putting your, energy, your good intentions and time for people.
Yeah, and I do
Good.
everything for free.
And yeah, I'm actively looking for a job and I was wondering, I'm waiting for the calls and I'm not getting calls these days. I don't know, maybe because of COVID or what. So I wanted to explore, what kind of questions are being asked during the interview process and right. So there are so many sites, but they are paid and they are really expensive. Time is limited.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's great.
So if I'm not wrong, you have connected from USA.
Yeah, I live in Seattle, Washington. It's morning 7:37 here. So I
7:30.
just, yeah,
Okay. And
my
in
everybody's
India,
sleeping.
okay. And in India, it's 8,
8.
8:10 p.m. 2nd October.
Right.
Okay.
So
That's
it was holiday today?
yeah. It is a holiday today.
Uh,
So I'm really happy that I thought that you are not going to come because it's a 7:30 a.m. for you. I have
no,
never
I'm early riser
okay,
usually.
but I mean daily a lot of people schedule a meeting with me. I mean for a mock interview, but most of them they don't come because I don't know what may be the reason. So I thought the same. Even you are not going to come, but when at 7:30 you accepted the invitation, from that time I started getting ready.
Oh, I understand.
Okay,
Yeah.
so are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Okay,
Let me drink water.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So if you are totally comfortable, you can go ahead to at least introduce yourself.
Yeah. So, as you know, my name is Shilpi. I'm from India, basically from Rajasthan, and I married to an IT guy. And we used to live in Ghaziabad, Noida. And then it's been 7 years we are here in US, and I, as per my education qualification, I have done MSc in biotech, and I have worked as a lecturer also in biotech field. And after that, I did my MBA degree in HR and marketing. And then I got chance to work in India in IT company. And then we came here.
Okay.
And here in US, it took, I mean, it took long time to get my EAD because you can work on work visa.
Okay.
So meanwhile, I just learned yoga training sessions, and I'm also an yoga instructor.
Okay.
So nowadays, I'm looking for a job, and um, I'm looking for a job in manual testing as well as automation part also.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. So today we are interviewing for your manual testing skills, but
sure.
in future, if you are confident on your core Java skill or Selenium skills or API testing skills or any skills that you want to check yourself, you can just send a mail to me and I will conduct a mock interview for you. So for now, let's go ahead to talk about only manual testing session. And since you are having an 3 year of experience, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you questions based on 2 to 4 year of experience. Like, is that okay for you?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I will give it a try, and I've seen that you also give answers. So, I mean, it is going to be a pretty good, knowledgeable session for me, right?
Yeah, no issue, no issue. Even though you are not able to answer something, that's totally okay. No need, nothing to worry. So I just want to know, like, other than manual testing, what else you know?
I have basic knowledge of API testing also, and the Selenium with Java, basic knowledge of TestNG also, and I know the OOPS concept of Java
Okay,
to how to write automated scripts using Selenium with TestNG.
excellent. Okay, okay, that's great. So if you know API testing, and since you said that you just know the basics of it, I won't go deeper into that, but I will just ask the basic questions of it. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay. Just tell me uh, what you have heard about HTTP method called as get, right? GET. What is that?
So get method is basically used to fetch the data. Oh, so to fetch the data from the server. So you just in the get method, you provide an request. There is an body, what kind of data you want, and then you provide the URL address. And then if you have any path parameters and query parameters, depending upon your requirement, you just hit the server and you will choose any kind of like, there are so many formats like raw format, JSON format. So
Okay.
you will get the response from the server, whether, and then you have to check like response time of that particular API call, and you check the status, the error message, so many things like cookie, and whatever the in your content type header, basically whatever you want. For example, you want your message in HTML text and you want to close the session, all these kind of information you provide through body.
Got it. Got it. That's fine. And just tell me one thing. When you are sending a get method and you're getting 401, what does that mean?
401 is an error basically, and this error shows that this is an error from client side. Basically, this is in kind of maybe URL, maybe endpoint is wrong, or there is some syntax error. So it's from client side.
Okay, 401 is nothing but nothing to do with URL, but it
Your
is,
voice is breaking up now.
is it? Am I not audible?
Yeah, but yeah, can you speak? Could you speak again?
Okay, so I'm saying
Yeah.
401 is nothing to deal with your URL, but 401
Okay.
says that you are not authorized to get that particular call, to do that particular call. 401 says that unauthorized means if you have worked on API testing, you would have seen that for each and every API in a particular company, if you have worked on, there will be a API key or an authorization.
Auth token. Yeah, auth
You know
token,
that, right?
bearer token.
If you
Yeah.
don't put that, or if you put it something wrong digit, you will get 401. That says that you're unauthorized. And if you put the correct authorization key, it will allow you to fetch the data. So that is 401. Do you agree
Oh,
with me?
okay. It's about all about authorization, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay. I just want to know, since you have worked for 3 years in IT field, uh, what is the biggest challenge that you have faced in doing manual testing?
Yeah, there are so many challenges, right? Sometimes in communication challenge, you want to convey your message to developer regarding a particular bug, and this is like in agile. Sprint session is of only 2 or 3 weeks. Everybody is having their own deadlines, pressures. They are busy. So sometimes you need to, uh, keep following the people like product owner, scrum master, and developer for resolution of that particular bug. And other than that, I felt that like sometimes it happens like you need to communicate to the data team because you need test data for your execution of your test cases, right? So sometimes data is not available. Sometimes it happens like the environment is not created properly on the time. And in like in my company, the same environment is being used by different teams. So we need to wait. So keeping in mind this in mind, I always I made sure that I have 2 or 3 days extra. So I follow up with all these teams so that I will get test data and environment at a appropriate time for execution of my test cases before the development has commit the code in my environment, in
Okay.
QAT environment.
Okay, got it, got it, got it. Just let me know if, since you have 3 years of experience, have you ever given a KT session to any junior person or maybe some new person who has joined your company?
Not yet, but if I would be given chance, and this would be a very, good opportunity for me to give
Okay.
KT to other people.
Tell me one thing, when you were a fresher or when you had 0 years, then 1 years, then 2 years, someone would have given a KT to you, right? What challenge they faced it while giving a KT session to you?
Yeah, as a being fresher, it's very hard to understand. You know, the theoretical concept is different. You learn from websites and you might take training from somewhere. But when you go to company, their terms, to understand their terms, to understand their flow, to understand the domain knowledge, because whatever you are going to test, you'll be going to test an application. So you need to understand the domain, right?
Yes.
So I think they need patience, and but they are also busy, right? So sometimes it's like very quick KT. It depends upon their availability of the time. So maybe they might be having challenge, like they have to arrange a time. They should have patience, and they should arrange their KT in such a way, keeping in mind that fresher doesn't know anything about what process, what terms, what kind of tools, and what is a way of doing work in that particular company. So they have to tell the detail to the fresher.
Okay. So in your 3 years of experience, have you worked in a single company or is it two companies or three companies?
Same company.
Same company. Okay. So you were following which SDLC model?
It was waterfall.
Waterfall.
And then later on, there in another project, it was agile also.
Agile. Okay. So since you have worked on waterfall also and agile also, I want to know what differences that you saw in these two models.
Agile is totally different, like it's a new
So
approach.
if I have to give a proper question, my question will be, how your
Difference.
waterfall model is boring when compared to your agile model.
There is more documentation in waterfall model, and then yes, you are participated. I mean, you in requirement gathering, analysis, requirement, and test design reviews, but you would have to wait unless until code is committed by the, the whole code is committed by the developers, engineers. But in agile methodology, like they just develop a small code and they just keep committing using continuous integration on Jenkins, and it's like challenging also, but it's pretty satisfying because you are busy, you are extremely busy, and you are, thoroughly doing, like you are designing, meanwhile the code is being developed by the developer, you're also designing your test cases, and you are creating all the environment test bed, test environment, and once the code is committed, then you just do the smoke testing, and then it is being developed into QA environment, you start your testing, right? So there is a huge pressure in Agile, but I feel it's kind of advantageous because you communicate with different teams. Like you're also involved in defect tries process also, so you communicate to different team like test data team, middleware team, backend team. So there is more chances of transparency and more chances of collaboration between developers, testers, product owners, business people, your own manager. So yeah,
Uh, since I have worked only on agile model, so I know that
nice.
developers will be giving build on continuous integration. They will be giving for silly thing. They will be just committing the codes. I mean, they can commit if 5 developers are there in half an hour. Also, they can commit at least maybe 50 commit. Also, they can do very fast. But I don't know about waterfall model. Like in waterfall model, don't they follow continuous integration?
No.
Okay, so where they commit the code? Is it just a SVN code base? I mean, I'm not sure about it. I'm just asking you how they commit the code in your waterfall model. Is it not continuous integration? Just trying to understand.
At that time, it was there was not. I mean, they didn't use the process of continuous integration. So they just committed in the QAT environment, and then we did testing.
Got it. Okay, fine. Okay. Uh, I want to know what, according to you, software testers make mistakes and how they can avoid that. According to you, what do you think software engineers make these mistakes very common, and what do you think how they can avoid that?
There are so many mistakes being made by the software tester. Just for example, they're in hurry and worry. Like sometimes it happens like they think like this is an defect, and without checking thoroughly it, they just report the defect through Zira, right? And assign it to the developer. Then after that developer, reject the defect, and maybe sometimes it happen they because of it also happens because of environment keep changing, maybe because of some network issue or communication issue that the same defect is being again escalated by the software tester. Another thing I would say, like if you have not studied the requirement thoroughly, the most important thing is acceptance criteria. You need to understand it. If you have any confusion, you just set up a meeting with your product owner, or maybe who is the available for you, maybe developer. You should be having very good interaction going on between developer and tester, because they are going to make code, actual code is being made by them. So if you miss any part, like for example, requirement traceability matrix is very much important. It covers the requirement thoroughly, right? So there are so many steps, like as to involve all the steps. So developer has to be very detail oriented, and he or she has to be very, keen attention for each and every process. And he or she should have, um, thought about what mistakes can I make, what can be wrong. So all the positive and negative aspects should be in his or her mind.
Okay.
And obviously test execution is very much important, and that then reporting to the manager, proper communication, and then after that test metrics reports. So analysis of his or her own capability also. Am I doing right or wrong? What do I need to improve?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool. That was a good answer. Uh, I I like to know what you think that we should do system testing. At what stage you think that we should do system testing now?
Once the basically in the sprint, there are some of the user stories, most important user story, which product owner might think we need to cover in that particular sprint. So all the testing is based on the sprint objective. right? So once the developer has made the small codes and they commit it, so in the system testing, first unit testing is being done by the developer. Then we, after smoke testing, we do testing, retesting, regression testing, and then we do, obviously, there is always interaction between UI and the backend. Maybe there is always then also a third party involved like APG and SAP and middleware, you know. So we do API testing also, and this is a form of different kind of testing. So after doing this, before acceptance testing or pre-prod, we check the whole end-to-end flow, whether the whole system is working properly as per our acceptance criteria. So at that time, system testing comes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Could you
Uh,
tell me about this? This is a very good question when it comes
okay.
practically.
So, have you heard of the application called as Flipkart.com?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is just like an Amazon.com or Amazon.in. In if let's say developer has given me the build now, and let's say this is 100th build in this current sprint. So I will start testing with my sanity. Once sanity is
Okay.
done, I will make sure that if any fix was given, I will make sure to do the retesting of those things. I will make sure that I will do integration testing, and then I will do system testing.
System test.
System testing is nothing but how my customer is going to use the application. I mean, how customer use the application. Now we know that Flipkart application is basically for searching something, adding it to the cart, and selecting a particular payment mode and ordering it. That's all. This makes a scenario. This makes a particular system testing.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So
So
it always comes after sanity and then integration, then system testing comes,
yeah, once
right?
integration testing is done, you have checked the integration between many modules, and then you go for system testing. Now at the system level, you just test at the system level whole scenario, like how your
Yeah,
customer is going to use it. Like, you know,
right,
at Uber, right? They use it for, they search the cab, or they enter the location, this location, that location. They search the cab based on the multiple options. They select one option, they book it. After taking the ride, they get the message that how much is the charge. That completes the system test case.
yeah,
Okay.
fine.
Okay. In your 3 years of experience, uh, have you ever faced that developer has said that he won't fix the particular bug that you have raised it?
Yeah, I mean, there are so many, like in case of deferred defects, you know, because of developer is busy. So I have raised defect for a particular scenario, and then I was waiting, I was communicating with him, but he was not fixing it. So I set up a meeting with my, senior, and then later on we discussed that okay, this defect is not that much important, and then let's leave it like this and we will fix it in the next releases. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, got it, got it. Can you tell me some components of your test plan? Like in your previous company where you worked at, they were making some test plan document.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you tell me some components of it?
So these are test plans is basically the whole plan regarding the testing activities which are being followed, right, with the in the QA process. So it involves a scope, objective of the testing, resource planning, what are the environment we are going to use for that particular sprint, and what are the obviously acceptance criteria we are going to, what are the user stories we are going to use, and then what tools we are going to use if there is a manual, I mean Zira, and for example, if you are using automation for regression, so what kind of tools you are going to use, what kind of environment, and then later on the entry criteria, exit criteria, types of testing involved, what are the resources involved, and then what are the conditions for sign off,
Okay.
and obviously deadlines, budget.
Okay. Okay, good. Can you tell me what is the exit criteria for your system testing?
Yeah. So for whole system testing, I mean, for a particular scenario or for a particular application or, I mean, for that sprint. So the criteria would be like you have covered 95% of your testing, 100% of your testing you have covered by taking responsibility, and you have I mean, fixed all the showstopper, blocker, critical, severe, high priority bugs. And even you have closed all the medium uh, size bugs, and all the test environment is being deployed, and you have all the test environment is being deployed, and then you have maintained the requirement traceability metrics, you have created the test metrics reports, have done proper analysis of the testing analysis, like how many test cycles you have operated, and how many, what kind of test you have done, and what kind of scenarios you have covered, how many tests are being passed and failed, and then defect reports, and then everything, like all the test bed environment is released, everything is released, then you are good to go for sign off.
Yeah, that's truly awesome. If I have to ask you, let's say I'm the developer of some company and you are the only tester in that particular company. And we are at the initial stage of our software development of some application. And I have given you a build. Maybe it is a 15th build of that particular application. And now when I have given you a build, now you're doing a smoke testing. So let's say that at the early stage itself, you have written all your smoke test cases, and your smoke test cases were, let's say 22 smoke test cases you had. And when I have given a build to you now, only 21 are pass, one is fail. What will be your response? Will you accept that build or will you reject that build?
I will reject that bill
Okay.
because it's failed. According to me, a whole 22 test cases should be passed according to that particular criteria.
Okay.
So there might be some defect. I have to reject that at that time, because this defect then will create another defect, right? So it should be fixed. What do you say?
Uh,
No?
yeah, you are absolutely correct, but you can explain that since it's a smoke test cases, and smoke test cases says that basic and critical feature, right?
Yeah, high level critical, basic critical
Yeah.
features.
When in any application, basic and critical is only breaking, why someone will accept that bill? I mean, we know
Yeah,
that Uber has the facility to book a particular cab when basic feature itself is not working, when search option itself is not working. I'm not going to accept that bill, right? That is basic and critical. That is one of my smoke test cases of my Uber application, right? So yeah,
yeah.
whatever you have answered is absolutely correct. You will reject the bill. That's fine. I want to know, have you come across this term called as defect masking?
It's like about implied defects, hidden defects. I mean, some of the defect is masking other defects.
Yes,
It's not visible.
yes. Tell me something about it.
I think there are two types of defect. One is like physically you expect that in both positive and negative. It's in your mind. And some of the defects like testers might have missed because of these are implied, these are hidden defects. And sometimes, we think we have fixed something, right? Like as a being a tester, I raised a defect and developer fix that defect, I retested and I closed that defect. But maybe because of combination of environment and maybe database servers, so many things like are involved. So that defect is being fixed, but it has introduced some other defects. So later on, after 1 or 2 days, we come to know that this defect has been raised now.
Uh,
So, hmm?
Yeah, you are 50% correct, but I will give you the correct
Mm.
understanding of this particular term, that is defect masking. As you know, mask means you are masking, let's say you're hiding something. Your hand is free now, and now you are wearing gloves on it. That is, you have masked your particular hand. In a similar way, let's say you have an application, let's say Amazon.com. You are logging into the application. You are doing the smoke testing now. You are logging into the application. Login is failing. Login is not allowing you to get inside the application. Login is failing now. Now, this particular bug is called as defect masking, because basic and critical feature itself is breaking now, and it didn't allow you to go inside the application and test for the other bugs. There will be a condition where if your basic and critical feature is working, that is login is working, maybe inside there was a bug called as maybe search is not working, or maybe add to the cart is not working, or maybe payment is not working. But those things you could not check it because
All right.
your smoke test cases or your basic and critical feature itself got break. So defect masking, one bug is hiding other bugs.
Right, right.
You
So
understand?
mostly, yeah, mostly like showstopper or critical bugs mask other defects because you cannot, I mean, go to.
So you can just say that one defect hiding the other defects is called as defect masking. I just give
Mhm.
you an understanding where this scenario can happen.
Yeah, yeah. That's, I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
very good example.
Thank you. So I will give you a particular case. You just let me know how you will overcome that. You are working in a bank application, let's say, and there is a text field which says that this particular amount text field can accept only between $1 to $1 lakh, and I may tell you to test it with multiple test cases possible. Can you give me some possible test cases to make sure that you have tested it perfectly and you are not going to get any bugs in production?
So there is, you are saying like there is a text field where the customer has to fill the number, right? This is number about the money,
Yes.
and it is from $1 to $1 lakh.
Yes.
Okay, so we will use boundary value analysis technique
Okay.
uh, in this. Like, I mean, you can reduce your test cases. You don't have to write so many test cases using this technique. So one of the is like positive testing. You just write the any number. You just write the any number from between $1 to 1 lakh, right? And you expect it to work properly. That the application will accept that number and will further the customer being redirected to another page, whatever the flow of the application, right? And the other is negative scenario. You can't add zero or minus, but you can add more than 1 lakh number,
Okay.
and like 11 lakh, 12 lakh, any. So you do negative testing, and so these are, and you can do use boundary value analysis also in this. So minimum, the and then exact number, and then minimum minus one, minimum and minimum plus one, and like this maximum minus one, maximum and maximum. So you can design your test cases accordingly, creating all and positive and negative scenarios. Negative testing is important in this case.
Okay.
So
All right. But just tell me whether you will test it with any negative value or not.
any negative value,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, and decimals,
Okay.
anything, I mean, which my application or my environment, my operating system allow, I would use that number and test it,
Okay.
whether it is working according to that acceptance criteria or not.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Tell me.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Since I told you that whatever you have answered is correct, I want to add few points here. Since your text field accepts between 0 to 1 lakh, and since you are not testing each and every particular value, that is testing with 1, testing with 2, testing with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, since you are not testing that, so you have a range, right? You have a range of $1 to 1 lakh. You can divide this particular range into sub ranges. Example.
Like valid and invalid, some of the ranges.
Yeah,
Okay, sub ranges. That's different.
in the sense maybe from 1 to 10,000, and maybe from
Okay.
10,001 to 20,000, and 20,001 to 30,000. Similarly, till 90,000 to 90,001 to 1 lakh. And out of this sub boxes or subcategory, you can just take one number example. In your $1 to $1,000, you can just pick up one number. It may be 91, let's say, and you will enter it and check it whether it is accepting or not. So you tested your $1 to $1 lakh, but not with 1 lakh's value, but only with 10 values or more, maybe 20 values. You're getting me right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Totally.
one more way by which you can increase your test coverage.
Because test data is huge, so we
Yeah.
can just reduce it this way by dividing into different sections.
Yeah. I will tell you a particular scenario. You just let me know what is the severity and what is the priority of that particular scenario. So you are having an Flipkart application, let's say, and or let's say you have any application whose motive is to maybe to let's say banking application, and you know that in any application there will be a option of about us, right? When you are clicking on that about us, it is giving you a blank page. What will be the severity and what will be the priority of this particular bug?
It is telling the information about the company, and some of the new user who doesn't have experience about that company. Or so first, to make the reliability and the trust between user and that application, so people usually search about what is this company about. I mean, what do they do? So this is severe. I mean, this is basically, I would say, the whole page is blank. It's not
Mhm.
showing anything, but that application is working properly, right?
Every page of the application is working, only about us link is not working. It is giving, let's say, maybe 404.
Mm-hmm. So I think it can be fixed, or I would say like it's not a showstopper or high severity. It is of medium severity, but yes, high priority. I think it need to be fixed.
Yes, yes. The
Is this
reason
right?
we will give, yeah, yeah, absolutely correct. The reason we'll give high priority because we don't want our customer to feel that what kind of application they have landed on. And the reason it will be of low severity because this is not going to impact my customer business workflow. As I said that about us, this is not the functionality of any application, right? This is just for users to gain knowledge of that particular application. So yeah, whatever you have answered is absolutely correct. This will be high priority because it is about the image of that particular company, and it will be of the low severity because it is not going to impact my customer business workflow. Absolutely correct. Uh, have you heard of the term called as performance testing?
Yeah.
Just let me know on which kind of application you will perform performance testing.
Most of all the application, like there is an company who makes electric bikes. So they will do, I mean, performance, I mean, how much load that bike can hold, can have, and what is the speed by which the bike is running, or maybe any IT application. Because for example, take the example of Amazon. If there are, sometimes it happens, like because here in Thanksgiving in US, so there are so many deals they provide, almost less than 50%. So most on the time of the Thanksgiving, the application crashes, the site doesn't work. Why? Because of load and stress happening on that particular, and so response time delays, or the application cannot bear that kind of number of users. So this indicates a performance testing. So load testing, stress testing comes under this.
Okay. Are you sure that on each and every application we need to perform performance testing?
I think so.
Okay. Have you heard?
Security, performance, yes, usability. We should keep all these things in mind.
Okay. Have you heard of the term called as standalone application?
Standalone application is based on single web page?
No. I mean,
No.
you will be using a laptop, right? In your laptop, there will be some pre-installed softwares will be there, or pre-installed application will be there. If I give an example, it might be your calculator in present
Okay.
in your mobile, right? So you know that in each and every mobile or each and every laptop, there will be pre-installed softwares. Those
Mm-hmm.
softwares are called as standalone application, and to test that, performance testing is not required because
Okay, right.
you got me right.
It's already installed there and
And
it's already been tested.
yeah, and whatever is installed in my mobile, I can only use it. Whatever is installed in your mobile, only you can use it. What I'm telling it, it is not like a web-based application where you will enter flipkart.com and go to the application. I mean, you're getting me right.
Yeah. I totally understood.
Okay. I want to know if you can tell me something about test case review process.
Test case review process, yeah, this is a very crucial step because it's depend upon the tester understanding. So you just and your team, if you have team and if you are single as that, you design your test cases as per the acceptance criteria or requirement, user stories. But you definitely review them in your team among your peers, and you send it to the developer because they have their own coding understanding. So they might tell you, oh, this is wrong, you can do it this way, or we are going to cover this. So this is very crucial steps. You might gain different perspective in designing your test cases. And if you have an QA manager, you can send your code. Can I ask you one question?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so sorry to interrupt you. My battery is running down. Can I bring a charger
yeah,
quick?
please,
One
please.
second. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, please. That's fine. Uh, so, I mean, whatever you have said is correct, but I want to know how is that process, how that process happen, test case review process, who write the test cases, who approve the test cases, and who finally review the test cases. I want to know that. If you can tell me
So
something.
test cases is being written by the testers, and then it is being sent to the developers and QA lead for the review, and then it will come back to us. And then after we if we need to improve, and if we need to i mean uh, involve some changes, we do accordingly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's all from this interview. In case you want any feedback from my side,
Yes.
you can ask me. If I have to give any feedback from my side, I will say that what I understood from my point of view is you have a good knowledge and you are able to express that, whatever knowledge you have. And uh, you answered almost each and every question. The only question that I felt that you could not answer was in waterfall model, how your developers were committing the code. That's totally okay. I mean, that's totally okay. If, even I have not worked on waterfall model, I just wanted to know about it. That's okay. So you have answered almost all the questions, and whatever you answered is amazing. It was really nice. Wherever you were lagging somewhere, I gave you certain points from my side. If you can just follow that, I'm sure that that will bring a good impact if you're giving any interview in future.
I'm going to follow your videos. Yes, definitely, because I was explaining in more detail, but you explain in a very short, concise, with good examples, and there is nothing extra. So this is the way if I can learn from you to give answers. So, I think I will be selected.
Uh, if you have any question from me, you can go ahead.
I want to know about you. Where are you working and And how did you start your YouTube channel and all? A quick shot. I don't want to waste your time. It's getting
Right,
late
right,
in
right.
India.
Uh, uh, I work in a Bangalore in some company, product based. Uh, no one knows about my channel in my company, and I have not revealed it to anyone. So that's one point. And there was a phase in my life where I was happy with my job. I am happy with my job, my IT job, and I was getting a lot of free time in my life. So I just started this YouTube channel, started teaching people. People appreciated a lot. So when someone appreciate you, you just keep on doing that, right? So it all
Hmm.
started from there. Like today, I have uploaded, for example, if I just tell you, I have uploaded just 4 videos on API testing. People are giving me a lot of. If you just go to the comment section of that, people have commented like hell, like they want more videos on it. So that is making me to make more videos on it, right? I'm not getting time, but I have to make it. So that's how you get the motivation, right? So this is what
It's like creativity, like apart from your job, you are doing something which inspires you and motivates you. It's good.
I'm happy doing it. And I mean, even though it is 9 o'clock in India, I can do it whole day. I guess it doesn't make me bored.
You're a
So
YouTuber.
I mean, I wouldn't say a correct term called as YouTuber, but I like to teach, and
Teach. Good teaching skills, yeah.
it is not offline teaching. I don't like offline teaching where you go right on the board, hundred of people are learning. But I like online teaching where I am in my home and I'm teaching to the whoever is coming to my channel.
Nice, nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really nice to connect to you. And I feel very positive.
Thank you,
I'll
Shil.
keep learning.
I wish you a good health and a good career. In case you need any career advice or any guidance from my side, you can just send a mail to me and I will reply to you. Thank you so much for connecting, Shilpi. I wish you a good health.
Sure.
Thank you.
You too. Stay happy and safe. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.